Slack your phone keep cutting out. I got my raspberries and my blueberries, which berries is good for the blood. It's good for the liver too. My coconut oil, etc. But going back to the story, so I was overweight. So when I started, I work out. I was like, okay, I'm gonna focus more on my cardio, and I'm not gonna eat as much, and I was just eating a lot of, cold cut like turkey sandwiches and chicken and just like rice and stuff like that. Because like I said, I don't have a relatively messed up diet. It's balanced for the most part. But I think it was just the drinking the last couple of weeks that helped me to, to pick up them extra pounds. So I kind of cut a lot of that out, and like I said, I've been working out, and shit, I've lost 5-6 pounds, and I feel great now, And primary example, because I bought this beet apple ginger. This is beet juice, which is good for high blood pressure. Like you drink a cup of that, your blood pressure will decrease dramatically, and it's not really that bad because I got the apple ginger version. Then I got my cranberry and pomegranate, which pomegranates is good for the blood pressure as well. It's good for the colon. And then of course I got my bananas, which the best thing to do is eat bananas when they're ripe because they have what they call anti-cancer agents in it. One ripe banana a day can decrease your levels of getting cancer. But anyway, when I was in Walmart, when I went to the kiosk, I weighed myself and I was a tad bit overweight. So I dropped like 5-6 pounds within a couple of days because my metabolism is relatively fast because I'm active, and my blood pressure was down to 110. So when I bought my machine, I did the blood pressure test. It was 126/72. That's the first test, right? So that's still elevated. That's high normal, right? But that's still too high. It shouldn't be that high, especially if you live in a healthy lifestyle. So I had to add in a few factors. I'm like, it must be the supplements and the fact that I had, a slight hangover the other night. So, but still, just that type of lifestyle alone, if you're doing that, you got to be real careful on how you do things and how you do it in moderation, because the scriptures tell you to do these things in moderation. So I'm learning to balance things more properly now, So I did a second test because you do blood tests, you want to do two and you want to compare it. So my second test, it came out to 123/63, all right? And 123/63, all right? And that's not relatively bad. That's still slightly elevated, but the average blood pressure temperature for a guy my age is 120, all right? So my third test was 111/61, all right, which is still not bad because I did it in both arms. And then the last test was 122/58. So I've been monitoring my blood pretty much every other day. And the real key factor about this number, this second number here, the 123/63, this is basically your heart rate. If it's anything over 90, then that's when you worry. That's when you're on stroke levels. Mine is relatively low. It was 63. That's good. All right. Even if this number is slightly high, 123, you can always get that down. All right. Because sometimes, depending on your activities, if you're working out or you coming home from work, your blood pressure can be a little elevated, but it fluctuates throughout the day. But I got, down to 111/61. So this is my test here. And some of these are relatively low, but all these are not mine. All right. The ones that's in the 90s, those aren't mine. I was just doing a little test study, but it was 113/55. Okay. And like I said, anything 120 and below is relatively good. As long as this top number don't go on, you should be in good case. All right. But this is 113/56. Okay. Over 55, Salakia, which is relatively good. All right. So my other one was 110/63. Still fairly good. All right. Then I took this at night when I was getting ready to lay down. It was 103/69, which is still relatively good. They consider that low normal. Okay. Because like I said, man, I've been getting rest and I've been changing, my diet a little bit better. I've been doing a lot of my smoothies and stuff like that. Like I got raspberries here. I got blueberries. And I've been eating a lot of fruit. And like I said, I got my organic apple cider vinegar. And just a shot out a day that can decrease body fat. I got my olive oil here, extra virgin, and just a couple of other supplements. But I'm getting back where I need to be. So this one was 98/64. That was my lowest one, which that's still considered low normal, but it was an interference with the machine because my arm moved, so that was an inaccurate reading. But 113/66. I remain in the 113 area, which is relatively good for a guy my age. And like I said, I remain active. So, call lawyer how about Shimi Hawashai. I've seen the results within a couple of days top, And plus, cutting off all that junk and carbs and stuff like that. And, when I go to work, I try to meal prep and make sandwiches and stuff like that. Like I made a little tater tot casserole too. So, and I use, different ingredients. I use eggs, red onions, and I use the lean ground beef, and the potatoes, of course, are starch, but they're low in sodium. So I've been eating on that the last day or so, and I think I'm gonna finish the rest of it off tomorrow. But nonetheless, this is the stage for blood pressure category. It says low blood pressure is less than 80, less than 60, which is the diagnostic, which is pretty much your heart rate. All right, but focus on both numbers, the systolic and the diastolic. Normal was anything between 80 and 120, and a 60 over 80. I had 113 and 66. That's relatively good. Then one time when I came back from working out, it was 117 over 68. That's still not bad, because like I said, 120. All right, so pre-hypertension is 120 to 139. All right, which is what they call elevated levels. And then your high blood pressure ranges from 140 to 159, and that's stage 1 hypertension. Stage 2 hypertension is 160 or higher, and then your diastolic is 100 or higher. All right, and then high blood pressure crisis is anything over 180, and that's when you need to seek emergency counsel. But nonetheless, my numbers have went down dramatically, and like I said, I highly believe it was due because I was trying these new supplements, and I was taking them back to back, and on top of that, later on that night, I had a couple of shots of tequila too, so just like that wasn't the best thing to do, because I felt it. I felt a little lightheaded, so I can tell that my blood pressure was pretty much elevating. But anyway, so I did a little research on beets, because actually when I was looking at Apostle Tahar's video, he was like, brother should invest in that, and also this blood pressure machine. So I did just that, because the scriptures say, be not ignorant of anything small or great, and when wise men speak, you want to follow that, because you can save your life. But anyway, this is the benefits of beet juice. It says it helps lower blood pressure. Beet juice may help lower your blood pressure, improves exercise stamina. It says may improve muscle power in people with heart failure. And to be honest with you, I feel great. And I can tell I was slightly overweight, due to the, the alcohol intake, because I can feel it in my legs, and I'm like, I'm relatively healthy. I'm staying active. But when I was working out, I was building up muscle instead of cutting out the extra pounds I gained. So I was like, I need to change my training regimen, because I don't want to be bulky. You feel it. And I'm only 5'8", so I should be anywhere between 140 and 155 at max. I shouldn't be over 155. So now I'm guessing I'm about 153. So I dropped 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 8-9 pounds within 2 days, 3 days top. And on top of that, the Day of Atonement fast really helped. So call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. But also it says it may improve muscle power in people with heart failure. It may slow the progression of dementia, helps you maintain a healthy weight, may prevent cancer, good source of potassium and other minerals. Okay, so beet juice is actually it's beneficial for you. Because Jake, they eat a lot of red meats. They drink a lot of pop. They drink a lot of juice. Kool-Aid and all that other stuff. Like, I don't drink that stuff. I drink a lot of orange juice. I drink pomegranate juice. I drink a lot of water. You know what I'm saying? A lot of water. That's mainly 95% of my intake is water. Is water. All right, I don't drink pop. If I drink a pop, it'd be like rare. I may have one Pepsi or two, maybe every other year, if that. And that's only if it's just if I have a craving for it. Because sometimes, we do eat junk. Like, I ain't gonna lie, when I went out of town, I ain't gonna say I ate fucked up, but I didn't eat the best. Because, I went back home to my hometown. You got the Harold's chicken, you got the gyros and stuff like that. But I was still working out, trying to burn those carbs too. So, like I said, I balanced my diet. But, as time progresses, you want to get even better with it, But anyway, beet ginger detox is a good thing to do. Okay. And also, I looked up the benefits of berries, because berries is good for the digestive tract. It's good for the blood. It's good for energy. All right. So anyway, it says here the benefits of berries, and like I said, I got my raspberries here. I got my blueberries here, and I got some strawberries in the refrigerator. I got my bananas. And like I said, I've been making my smoothies with it. My strawberry banana almond milk smoothie, and I put a little bit of peanut butter protein in there to kind of give it the kick to it, So it says fresh berries are now in season, and I couldn't be happier. Blase. But it says strawberry. Matter of fact, he's not giving the benefits. Yeah, okay, here it is. Yep. Yep, so it says that's also an excellent source of fiber. It says folate and potassium. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition ranked strawberries third out of the 1,000 antioxidant-rich foods. It says strawberry also contains anthocyanins, which may help protect the nervous system and blood vessels. Okay, stops you from having a stroke basically, because when you have elevated blood pressure, that's when you're at risk of a stroke. You know, you're stroking, or you may have a heart attack or diabetes and stuff like that. And when I looked on the machine said I wasn't in any risk for diabetes, you know. But that's like I said, because I try to balance my diet the best way I can. But it says studies have shown that strawberries can help protect against several types of cancer, including breast, colon, and leukemia. It says research also found that strawberries help decrease inflammation and control type 2 diabetes. It says, in addition, one study found that eating 8 strawberries a day for 8 weeks helped lower homocysteine levels and leading risk factor of heart disease. Okay, so strawberries are good for you. But some people have a strawberry allergen and don't even know that. You know, like a couple of jakes I know, they said they was allergic to strawberries. You know, they like them, but they're allergic to it. You know, but it says blueberries. It says blueberries are a rich source of antioxidants, vitamin C, vitamin K, and magnesium. It says research has found that blueberries may help prevent prostate cancer and protect against heart disease. It says animal research has found that the blueberry extract may help improve memory, balance, and coordination, potentially promising to those with Alzheimer's diseases. Okay. Raspberries here says they're an excellent source of vitamin C. It says the serving is also a good source of fiber, phosphorus, and selenium. Raspberries contain anthocyanins and another it says cytochemical called quercetin found to help slow cancer growth. As with other berries, studies have shown that raspberries may be useful in preventing esophageal and liver cancer. Raspberries have also been shown to help control blood sugar in diabetics that help prevent liver damage. Alright, so overall berries is good for you. You know, and I've been eating these berries just like potato chips, man, because they're good. You know, like I said, I put them in my smoothies, or sometimes I just eat them plain. Because a lot of your gut issues, that's where your health is at, in your gut. And a lot of your gut issues really affect your mental conditioning. And like I said, we in hell, we in Babylon, you know, we can't avoid the poison, because even the best of the foods is still tainted, because this is Esau Edom. He's a demon. You know, he poisons the foods on purpose to blatantly shut us down. But nonetheless, you know, you got to do the best you can. You know, like I said, you know, I balance my diet. You know, I try to resort more to baked chicken, though I like fried chicken, like what Jake don't. But I try to revert over to, you know, baked products and vegetables and things like that. You know, I still like my hamburgers from time to time. I still, you know, like my sandwiches and stuff like that. But overall, man, I try to restrain from all that processed stuff. But then again, you know, shit, you got your moments when you just pig out. You know, you get them cravings, and that's ultimately due to those parasites that's in your body due to these, you know, unhealthy foods. But anyway, brothers, I know I'm all over the place, but I want to bring out a couple of precepts. This is the book of Sirach 37 and 28. It says, for all things are not profitable. All things are not profitable for all men. Okay, it says for all men. It says, neither have every soul pleasure in everything. Like some things that one man may eat and may not be good for his body type. You know, everybody's body is different in a certain, you know, in certain aspects. So certain things that other men do, other men can't do. Like some men can eat a lot of red meat, which is really not good for you, because it takes a while to digest red meat. Especially because a lot of the burgers, you know, we don't have the bison around anymore, which contain omega-3 fatty acids, which aids in digestion, and it also prevents cancer. You know, but a lot of that fiber is in this fruit. But a lot of the meats today, they don't have all the nutrients, man. You know, this is why colon cancer is high among Jake, because, you know, their diets. You know, and on top of that, a lot of Jakes smoke weed. You know, and then another thing too is pork. You know, the number one cause for colon cancer is really pork, because all the worms and parasites. So you're not having bowel movements. Or if you have an excessive diarrhea, that's another concern for alarm. But you can reverse these things if you catch them early. All right, through the herbs, you know. But it says here, be not unsatiable in dainty thing, or nor greedy upon meat. So, you know, you got to balance your diet out, you know. You got to learn some discipline. You know, especially the world we're living in is completely tainted. It says, "For by surfeiting have many perished, but he that taken heed prolongeth his life." And I took heed to that because, like I said, I've never had elevated blood pressure before. You know, even though it was just that one time based on what I was doing, but I learned that I shouldn't be taking those supplements and drinking or whatever happened because I didn't think nothing of it. So shit, I took heed to it. I bought me a machine, you know, and I was like, I'm gonna test this theory, you know. And before I go to bed, the spirit is on me. I'm gonna check my blood pressure again just to make sure I'm good. And it's a good thing if all you jakes invest in this blood pressure thing. You can get the manual, which is about $17 at CVS, but we recommend that you get the automatic one, you know. And Omron is a pretty good brand, you know. They recommend it. All right, so this is the book of Sirach 30 and 15. It says here, matter of fact, I'm gonna start 14. It says, "Better is the poor being sound and strong of constitution than a rich man that is afflicted in his body." And Chad, obviously he was afflicted in his body. You know, he was rich, but yet he had physical ailments. He allegedly died from colon cancer, which I believe it was a different underlying cause outside of dieting. But nonetheless, that's a bad thing. You know, being afflicted in the body, you feel it. You know, like we all suffer from ailments and different types of diseases in our body because we under them curses. You know, like I suffer from a pinched nerve, you know, from being overly active in sports and stuff like that. So I have to see chiropractors, you know, and you can feel it. You know, it's a lot harder to keep energy levels when you have one side of your body working hard to sustain the other. It's hard. And it says, "And there's no riches above a sound body, and no joy above a joy of heart." Okay, so there you go, man. Better health is beyond riches and gold. And it says, "And death is better than a bitter life or continued sickness." So, you know, a lot of guys, like I did a video on that one jig that got his face blew off, man. You'd rather die before you live like that, or you rather die before you hit stage 4 ovarian cancer, like, especially if it's irreversible. It don't make any sense. Read it again. It says, "Death is better than a bitter life or continued sickness," man. You know? So, hey, man, bro, these scriptures are deep. But verses 25, it says here, matter of fact, I'm going to start at verses 25. It says, "And a cheerful and a good heart will have care of his meat and diet." All right, read it again. "A cheerful and a good heart will have care of his meat and diet." So, brothers, it's very important. We ain't saying you got to go 100% vegan. We ain't saying you got to give up the food you love, but still, brothers, you want to balance your diet out. You don't just want to have one. You don't want to be eating fried chicken every day and all this. You know, add fish into your diet. You know, grouper, buffalo. Add what they call that salmon. That's a good food. That's a good fish to eat. Salmon. One of the best fish to eat is salmon. You know, grill it or bake it or whatever you're gonna do. But try to abstain from all these fast food restaurants if you can. You know, like I said, I know times are hard. You gotta do what you gotta do. You know, sometimes, you know, I may grab a quick burger, but most of the time, man, you know, we try to meal prep. So if you brothers can do it, you know, hey, fix your own meals. Like I got this recipe book from Hy-Vee. It's a grocery store out here in Missouri, man, and they got some good stuff in here, man. You know, like it was this salmon BLT that they had, but instead I used turkey bacon or beef bacon. But a lot of this is like low-fat meals. They look fattening, but a lot of them is real low-fat, you know. And I've been kind of following this curriculum here. You know, like this burger right here. This is like a grilled chicken burger or something like that. But yet it got the fruits and vegetables on there. So just things like that. And try to abstain from a lot of white bread, you know. But anyway, with that, brothers, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim, Rakakwadash, double honors to the elders, the apostles of GMS, and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. And with that, Shalom and a Baba Ball.